Hey guys, welcome to episode 3 of our Unreal Engine 5 tutorial series. So in the last episode we worked on blueprints. We also looked at variables as well, and changing variables in not just its own actor's blueprint, but actually the blueprint of other actors. So today, anyway, we're going to be working on getting the bots to do something a little bit different. So we're going to basically be giving them tasks to do. So a few bits and pieces that they're going to be doing. They're either going to be chasing us, they're going to be wandering around, or else maybe they were just going to do that. They're just going to stay where they are, and I don't know. If you want, they can just look around or whatever. So let us jump into things. And before we even try getting the bots to move around, or the zombies, whatever you want to call it, we're going to need to add something called a Nav Mesh. So I'm just going to click Window, Place Actors. So the whole bunch of lovely little things here. But what we're going to add in is volumes. And it is going to be a Nav Mesh bounds volume. I'm going to drag it in here. And I'm going to put the brush settings down here on the right hand side. If you are missing any of these, by the way, you can actually click on Window, and you'll be able to add them in. So, like, details panel. This is the details panel. You can kind of clip things to different parts of your layout if you want. So let's while selecting that Nav Mesh bounds, I'm going to set this to let's go to 3000, XYZ, and I'm going to set the speed to about 1000. Oh, maybe I'm going to make these a little bit bigger. Oh, if I could type today. Now, if I hit P, maybe I need to get okay. Now, this green thing, this is everywhere that the Nav Mesh bounds has determined characters can walk around. So if it's not green, the bots will not be able to walk up there. So this looks like the bots can get up here. It looks like the bots might not be able to figure out how to get up this ramp here, though, which is kind of funny. I don't know whether this line is actually, if there's a line there, but it's just really, really thin. Oh, maybe there is. Anyway, so let us now with that, let's hit P to get rid of that, and I am going to go into our blueprints, and I'm going to go into B_zombie because it's the zombies that are, all the zombies are going to have this. So I'm going to go add a new component, and we are going to click on this thing part here, pawn sensing, and we're going to get this big thing here. What these are different radiuses they're going to be able to see or hear things from. So when we set this up, they'll be able to see objects that are in front of them. They'll be able to listen. Just so, for example, when we shoot our gun, we play a noise. We might want to actually get the zombies to be able to hear that noise, and if they hear that noise, to then go investigate. Or when they see a character, they're going to chase the character. So that's what we're going to do. We can play about with the settings here. So that's an awfully good way of seeing. So that would be like everything in an arc of 180 degrees that they're able to see. So let's actually dial this down. I think about 30 will probably do us. So anything within that green cone, anyway, he'll be able to see. He can see very, very far in front of him. A bit too far for my liking, because zombies aren't meant to have good eyesight, are they? So let's just pop that down, maybe to 1,000 or so. 2,000. Why not? Lovely. I'm going to go compile, save. I'm going to click on this on see pawn event. This little plus here. And that is going to mean that we're going to call this event whenever the pawn, which is our zombie, sees us. So let's just print string. And let's get the pawn, which is going to be either a zombie or us. We'll plug it into a print string just to test that this is working. I'll hit play, and I'm going to walk in front of our characters, and look, it's going to print out my little name. I'm going to walk out of here, and I'm going to walk in here. So it's great that we can see, that they can see us. But how about just in case, instead of seeing us, what if they chase us? So instead of just printing our name, we are going to want to get it to chase us. So let's go to AI, move to. So it's going to have the first one, which is pawn. So that's going to be which object are we going to move? And we're going to say that we want to move ourselves. Destination we are going to ignore just for the moment. We're going to drag pawn into the get the target actor into the pawn, and this should just make the zombies just hey, look at that, they're going to chase us around. So if we go into here, AI move to, on success, we are going to call that take damage function. And what we need to do is not ourselves, but we need to actually pass through the pawn. Oh, this won't work. I know why this won't work. We need to cast to be underscore character. Clicking this, right. Wonderful. So whenever it sees a character, it's going to run after it, and then it's going to deal damage. So there is one thing that's going to happen. That's going to do. We're just going to die instantly now. I think, yeah, instantly, because the zombies don't have any attack animation, or they don't have any delay between, you know, how often they've attacked. But in our zombies, when we successfully reach us, what we're going to do is they're going to attack, and then we're going to say that they cannot attack for a certain amount of time. On success, what we are going to do is we are going to make a new custom function, custom event, sorry, probably. And this is going to be try attack, and let's call that. Let's try attack. Let's get rid of these just for a moment. Let's drag these down here. This will be the end result. So I'm going to unclick that. Now, one thing about when you're doing events to another event is we see us, we move to us, and then we're going to try attack. But the try attack event is not going to have any reference to our first person character. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create an input on this. So it's going to look similar to how this on C pawn looks, that we can drag out the pawn. So let's click here, and this is going to be let's call this player, and let's set this to a B. Let's go. Let's just put this as a first-person character object reference, and then we can actually take this player and drag this into here. We no need for this anymore. So this should require us to say which player are we attacking, which means that we're going to actually need to cast that first person character. Apologies, messing up my own little code here, but we're good. Let's drag that pawn into here. So on success, let's try attack. So when we try attack, what we are going to do is we are going to check if we've attacked recently. And this is going to be a branch. And let's drag this out and let's promote this to a variable. And then we're going to call this can attack. So, if it can attack, we're going to set can attack to this tick off, being off. So that tick not being ticked means that it's false. So if we can attack, we are going to say that we can't attack. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a delay here. And then after 1 second, we are going to say that they can attack again. Set can attack, and we're going to set this to true. Maybe just for experimenting, we're going to put that to 2 just for the moment. I'm actually also going to get rid of, or we'll just move this guy back over here. So only the one zombie can do a Synthesis. So we should die after the second attack. 1, 2, that's the second attack that's come through there. And we're dead. We might set it up so the zombies, when they attacked, they're going to stay still for a second. And we're going to add a new variable. So similar to can attack, we're going to write is busy. And then we are also actually going to do one little bit here. And we are going to go on C pawn. We're going to check if we can attack. And we're going to do another branch. So if this is true, we're going to move. Otherwise, we're not going to move. So this basically means that if we have, moved successfully to us, we're going to attack. Wait 2 seconds. We're not going to move for those 2 seconds. That should be the case. The other thing is that if we see ourselves, what we are going to do is we are going to set ourselves to busy. So if we see a first-person character, we're going to say that we are busy. We cannot do anything else except for chasing the third-person character. And we're going to be using this is busy in just a moment. So let's just try this now, and we should be able to... let's just try that now, and we should be able to just get chased for a second. It should stop us chasing us. 1, 2. Cool. We happy with that? And then there's a second chase. So what we might just do is we might turn the whole chasing thing actually into a new function. Or a new event, sorry, apologies. We might turn it into a new event. So we're going to see us, and we're going to say, will we chase or not? Now let's just drag this down here just a little bit. And where this says event tick and the parent, let's just drag it out of this one here. Just a moment. And what we are going to do is we're going to do a branch. And let's check. Get is busy. Now, we're going to add a little bit more AI to it just because they look a little bit, the zombies look a little bit plain at the moment. So, let us check if we're busy. If this is false, what we are, so if we're not busy, we're going to do something called a switch. And we're going to switch on int. So an int is an integer. So if we're not busy, we're going to get a random number, random integer in range. So let's go between 0 and 1. We can click pins, and we are going to choose to do something based on what this random number is. So if it is 0, we are going to do a custom event, and let's have one called idle. And idle, all we're going to do for idle, all we're going to do for idle is, apologies. We're going to do set ourselves to busy. So set is busy to true, and then we are going to wait, and let's wait 2 seconds, and then let's set is busy to false. While we're testing this out, I'm actually going to remove this on C pawn just for the moment. Cool. Now, if it is 0, yeah, we called it idle, didn't we? Idle. Brilliant. And if it is 1, if it is 1, we are going to do a custom event, and this is going to be called wander. And similar to the idle, we're going to set ourselves to busy. We're going to do something, and then we're going to say that we're not busy anymore. So what we're actually going to do is this AI move to, we can copy that, Control C, Control V to paste. And again, we are going to plug a pawn into this. So this is going to be a reference to ourself. And instead of using target actor, we are going to get our location, get actor location. So that would be the zombie itself. And so this is, I should actually explain. This is this is a variable we have not seen before. This is a vector. And our vector, what we're going to do is we're going to drag that out. Sorry, drag this one out here, and we are going to get random reachable point in radius. The radius we're going to put let's put 1,000. Let's click that in there. So what hopefully should happen is that the actor, which is going to be the zombie, is going to look for a space within, I believe that's 10 meters of it, where it can walk to, and it's going to try move there, and then when it succeeds, it's going to set itself to that it's free to do something else. Let's just hit play for the moment. And of course, nothing happens. Of course, nothing happens because we forgot to call the event. Apologies. That's awkward. Hit play. So they're going to zip around the place. Otherwise, they're going to wait. Now they're walking very, very fast, and we know that there's no animations on them, but that's okay. It's okay. It's stuff is still happening. Where's he going? Oh, he's coming up here. I thought he was actually going to attack me for a second. He's getting really busy. Cool. Right. So that's a really, really basic one. Now we can get a little bit more complex, but you know, we don't have to right now. So far this is all lovely, lovely stuff. Now, if we actually plug in is busy back into here, or sorry, not the Omsi pawn, we're going to have a number of bugs here. So what's going to happen is that, you know, if it's idle and then it sees us, it's going to start chasing us. But then what's going to happen then is eventually it's going to, this delay is going to happen, and it's going to set itself to busy, or set itself to not busy anymore, and then it's going to try doing all of these. Can we just go into character movement for a second, and we're going to actually slow down the zombies just for the moment. Max walk speed, let's set this to 400, so we should easily be able to outrun them. But what we're going to do is we're going to set a variable just to stop some of these errors happening. And what this is going to be is another boolean, and it's going to check if you've seen the player recently. On C pawn, we're not just going to set ourselves to busy. We're going to make a new variable, and this is going to be seen player. Right, and get this, and so we're going to set seen player to true. And this idle here, we're going to wait 2 seconds, maybe 3 seconds, and then we are actually going to check that we have not seen the player. So we're going to teach something new. Got this get see player, and oops. Let's drag out here. Not there you go, not boolean. So it's just going to reverse it. So we're going to wait 3 seconds, and if we haven't, if they have seen us in that time, it's going to come back here. So I think we've done pretty good today. We've set up a basic little kind of task system for the bots. Hey guys, I just wanted to say a big thank you for sticking with me through this lesson. On the next one, what we are going to do is we're going to do a little bit on basic AI, and if we have the time, we are also going to start setting up a really basic main menu, so that when you join the game, you aren't just thrown into the level. You can hit start or you can hit exit. Just a really basic one, just to clean it up. Also in that UI, we're also going to try showing how many bullets we have in our gun, so we know when we need to reload. And we're also going to show our health as well. Until then, guys, stay awesome, and best of luck on making your games. Talk to you soon. Hey! Hello, zombies! Hello, zombies! Cool. Can we just go into character movement for a second, and we're going to actually slow down the zombies just for the moment, because they're too fast and I'm a big noob and I can't run away from them. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I know, it's wonderful. Right.